Hey everyone, this is Manly Badass Zero, and welcome back to A Vague Story. Previously on A Vague Story, we found out that our entire world is controlled like we're a bunch of puppets, and that this place really sucks. Really don't like this area. There's kind of a feeder theme. Kind of curious what happens. Hey, monster. Got surprisingly dark real fast. Yeah, there's like a feeder theme. There's puppets and doorkeepers. And some kind of Ice Age post-apocalyptic thing going on. Flying chair. Whoop-a-doop. This one's not talking. Fake door. I go back the other way. There's also these monsters, and it's just kind of odd. Definitely a very interesting and kind of original game, though. Oh, shit. Real door. Let's talk to some of the sisters. See, both of these games, Pt.2 and this, both use actual text entering. And have some kind of effect on the gameplay. It's kind of cool. I have no idea what they enter. Kind of a shoot in the dark. I don't even know if it recognizes that or not. It could be one of those false answers kind of thing. Where it makes you think your answer matters, but it'll just say I see to anything. It's just so out there, man. Give him a letter. Monsters are being captured and bred. Other side of door 7. Some kind of war. If there's a lot of snow and ruined buildings, it could have been a nuclear war. That's kind of the cliche, but when I see like suddenly everything frozen over like that, that's what I'm thinking. Since there was all a conspiracy, Thomas was in on it. That's why he even gives you the option of you giving that medicine to kind of cheat at the game a bit. Oh boy, card games. Second one. Easy enough. Alright, turned red. Whew, that's tricky. I'm thinking it went over here, but I could be completely wrong. Oh, I got it. Let's just go for the door and get out of this doll hellhole, I guess. More dolls. It's this way. Such an odd world. It was clear that this was door 7. Nicola was already out of breath. For the first time, Nathaniel began to wonder, ask himself if this was really the right thing. Going back in time and changing the world. Some of us certainly ought to, so our wishes here should be able to come true. So if Nicola and the professor are to die today and are alive and well in the past, technically speaking, they'll be brought back to life. However, even though I've killed these women once, would I be able to stay by their side as if nothing happened? And now what? It was like Thomas's raspy voice had come into hearing. Right. If I didn't murder Professor Ellie right away, he would have been my biggest threat, and my plan would have failed in the end. Hypothetically speaking, even if the world does change, Nicola shouldn't need to. No more, no less. That's not it. I think there is another game coming in this vague story Pt.2 universe, so hopefully it explains a bit more. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some more information that the creator might have talked about or put on the website, similar to Mogiko's games. There are many mysterious doors hidden throughout the world. These doors are all connected, and those that are able to open them are called doorkeepers. This is the residence of 3 doorkeepers. Professor Ellie lives here with her pupils, Nathaniel and Nicola. Every day, the professor guides her students in accumulating the power that continually escapes from mankind. Nicola and Nathaniel listen with all ears. Ellie is so very proud of her pupils. This is enough. Nathaniel, after throwing away his future as a doorkeeper, still smiled. Now let's see if there's any differences with playing the other character. You never saw or heard of this, but an even quicker shortcut to Door 7 exists. As doorkeepers, they open right before our very eyes. That said, you'd think there would be a guard for something like that. Let's get going. There should be some differences, I imagine, because I haven't gotten ending B yet. Only ending A and ending C, which is a bad end. Oh, this is definitely different. Increasingly dizzy. Is this the perspective you view when you become a puppet? What is going on? Oh yeah. Completely different routes. Professor? At last, chocolate ice cream starts to melt in the cocktail glass, and the spoon stuck in it begins to sink. Secretive already. I expected as much. Nathaniel mouthed, and Nicola simply took a bite in response. With a wry smile, Nathaniel turned his gaze back onto his own ice cream. It's mostly those girls with cunning will say things like, "Oh, I've just had my fill already." You must not understand me at all, do you, Nicola? Ah. Nicola placed her spoon on the table and narrowed her shoulders. Nathaniel grew a little flustered at the sight. Either way, in this country, it's considered trendy for women to have a little more punch these days. He was egging on a follow-up that was simply too confusing. Nicola asked if he thought she ought to gain some weight. No, I was just... Guessing it was just a rare fit of shyness, she involuntarily chuckled. So then she laughed too. Nathaniel and Nicola are in a cafe now, blending in with the people. They're going on so many wonderful journeys together. Her and Nathaniel, seeing all the sights and eating lots of ice cream. Truly, it was like a dream. A dream Nicola dreamed from the bottom of her heart. So, that's it for a vague story. I can't even really begin to kind of go on about where this plot is going and what happened. And I'm not sure where this story takes place in relation to Patty and Mr. Miles. Patty and Mr. Miles was made after a vague story, and there's definitely some kind of thematic similarities there with Patty and Miles, obviously, and Nathaniel and Nicola. And even their kind of bad ends are very similar. It almost makes me think to a point that they're kind of reincarnations of each other. But I think it's really just the writer likes writing this, and it's pretty common for a writer to kind of repeat the same story and kind of alter and change it as they make new works. If this game takes place within the same time frame as Patty and Mr. Miles, it makes me a bit confused because Nathaniel describes the world as kind of being war-torn, and you see the ruins and the snow, and he says that basically like humanity is very wiped out. We didn't see much of people aside from the animals in Patty and Mr. Miles, so it could still be the same world. You did go across a desert that was kind of very barren, so that could have been ruins of humanity for all I know. And it's a common fantasy trope of where humanity has a world war, and after it's over, the world becomes like a fantasy world, and its wake and magic starts appearing. Adventure Time did this. The anime and manga Bastard did this. There's a lot of confusing things in this plot, and it's one of the first few storylines I've played or experienced where I can actually have to pause and kind of think, how did we get here and what's happening now? Especially if you go with the ending B. And the ending B, obviously, the main characters die. They get a grenade dropped on them. Aside from the fact they get stabbed and drop off the cliff, the grenade finishes them off. And the rest of it's like a final dream. But I can't understand where the divergence happens in those two endings by selecting a different character. The only thing I can imagine is that by selecting a different character, the other character guides them to a different shortcut. And there might be foreshadowing in this. You don't see it in my actual recording, but if you scare off Nathaniel enough, he goes on the Route G, I think they call it. And this route, you can't stop him. It's like a roundabout way he decides to take to just kind of avoid you, thinking, well, you're going to be blocking me every route I take. I'm just going to take this route. And it turns out to be like a trap for him, and you get the bad end. So it's possible that's that route if you choose Nicola as your player character, and if you choose Nathaniel, then Nicola shows you to an actual better route, and then Nathaniel gets a chance to remove her puppet strings. But even that's really confusing for me, and I think a lot of this story is... I keep using that word, but it's vague. Without more context, it's hard to figure out. All we know is that one doorkeeper appears in Patty and Mr. Miles. He's working with one of the sabers, and we know that doorkeepers are assigned a job. And they have to stick to this job, or they are removed by one of these monsters or something. Similar situation to the characters from a certain anime, which was called Shinsekai Yoi. I don't want to spoil the plot, but if you watch it, you'll kind of see what I mean. And off topic, that is an anime that I highly recommend. Now, the other thing that confused me is actually Nathaniel's ending, where I don't understand what he did in the past to make things better. Maybe he just went back and stopped himself from killing her? And he figures, well, this is a happier compromise. Something's different, because he's a little bit more upbeat at the end. That's the only difference I see. But it says, stop being a doorkeeper or something, which confuses me. So I don't know if he went back in time and somehow fixed the doorkeeper organization to be less stringent. It's, you know, this would be like the third, fourth time I've said it. It's vague. Anyway, if anyone has any theories or understand the plot better than I do, then leave your little ideas in the comments. Aside from that, thank you all for watching me play a vague story. I'll see you guys later. Take it easy.